Okay, so this is question number 4. And question number 4 is asking us, also on grid paper, which can be your notebook, draw as many different parallelograms as you can with each area. So we'll just do A for this example here. So we're looking for an area that equals 10 centimeters squared. Well, what does that mean? Let's say we write it out like this. 10 centimeters squared, that's our area. Well, we know that the area has to equal to the base times the height. So basically we're saying what two numbers can multiply to 10? That could be our base and our height. Well, then we're talking about the factors. So factors of 10 could be 1 and 10. It could be 2 and 5. So these are our factors of 10. So our base could be 1 and our height could be 10. Our base could be 2 and our height could be 5. And we could switch it around too. Our base could be 5 and our height could be 2 rather. And our base could be 10 and our height could be 1. So let's try that out and see what that looks like and if it actually works. So base of 1, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So base of 1 and a height of 10. Well, I'm going to curve, whoops, it's not making me another clean line here. It's moving. It's forgotten that I want a line. Let's go back to the line tool. And I'm going to go way up over here and way up over here. So there's one parallelogram with an area of 10. It has a base of 1, and we can draw that here as base of 1, and a height of 10, because from here all the way down to the bottom is 10. But how many different ways could we draw that? Well, let me do a green one here. Instead of moving it over 1, I'm going to move it over 4. And my base is 1 still. So here's another one. So this is a second one here that I've drawn with a base of 1 and a height of 10. So there's a whole bunch clearly that I could draw with a base of 1 and a height of 10. I could go way, way over like that. So there's a third one here that I have drawn here. Let's take a look at the 2 by 5 one. Well, what about 2 by 5? So that would be going 2 over and 5 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. And I'm going to show that my height like this. There's my height, which is 5. And there's one example, but I could do another one, right? I could go over like this. This is another parallelogram here with a base of 2 and a height of 5. So as you can see, the answer would be infinite. As many. That's kind of a silly question. We could draw a million. We could extend this line on forever. So basically, once you know your base and height, as long as you keep changing the angle at which it goes to, you could make an infinite number of parallelograms. Let's look now at number 5. We'll skip this, and number 5, draw a parallelogram which is not a rectangle with a base of 6 and a height of 4. So we've done something just like this before. So base of 6, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not a rectangle, so I'm just going to move it over like that. And how did I know how long this top part would be? Well, I know it has to be 6, because the base is also 6, so they have to be the same. And, oh, I've done this wrong because the height is not 4, so now I'm going to go fix this, and we will change this height to 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, and there's a height of 4, and I can just move this line down, and this all stays the same. Okay, so now I've fixed it. What is the area of this parallelogram? So area, my formula is base times height, and my base is 6, and my height is 4, and that gives me 24, and the units are centimeters squared. So again, formula, work, and answer, and line up your equal signs vertically. And let's see, I think there's a part B to this question. Change the base to draw a parallelogram with twice the area. What is the base? Change the base. We want twice the area. So let's take a quick peek back. We had an area of 24. So our area was 24 centimeters squared. This question now wants the area to be double, so I'm going to go ahead and double it. And it's saying to just change the base to get that. Well, we have, so then our area is 48, and we want base, and our height is 4. So what times our height, because our height is 4, that's our h, we need our base to be a number that when multiplied by 4 is going to give us 48. Well, that clearly is going to be 12. So now let's try that out and see if that actually works. A base of 12, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Did I get that right? 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There we go. And a height of 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, we'll go 12 over and down. So I'm going to mark my height. There's my height of 4. And I've got a base here of 12. I've got my height of 4. So I'm going to double check here. Area equals base times height. My base is 12. My height is 4. That's 48 centimeters squared, which is double what it was. And I only changed the base. So the question is, what did I have to do to the base to double the area? I simply had to double it because the base previously was 6. So if you double the base, you're going to double the area. Change the height to draw a parallelogram with twice the area. What is the height? So they're saying that they want the area again to be 48 centimeters squared, which is double. And we know area equals base times height. I'm going to now move the area to the left side here because area does equal 48 centimeters squared. Our base was 6, and they want us to change our height only. So 6 times what number is going to give us 48? Well, we know that's 8, and that makes sense because it has to be doubled. We found that when you doubled the base, we doubled the area. But also, if you double just the height, you're going to double the area. So here we go with the base of 6, 2, 4, 6, and a height of 8. So 2, whoops, change my tool here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And is that right? 2, 4, 6, and 2, 4, 6. There we go. So we've got a base of 6, and this time we also have a height of 6 here. Whoops, I was supposed to do a height of 8. I'm running ahead again. So let's fix that. A height of 8. Good thing we can fix this and move things around pretty quickly. Let's change that height. Let's see if I can fix that here. Whoa. There we go. We've changed our height. We are good to go. So now we have base times height. Our base is 6, and our height is 8. So we doubled our height, and that gave us twice the area. Let's go on to part D. I believe there's a part D. Change the base and the height this time. So they want us to change the base and the height to draw a parallelogram with twice the area. So again, we want an area of 48 centimeters squared because our original area was 24. So 48 centimeters squared equals base times height. And so our original base and height were, I believe, 6 times 4. That's originally what we had. We want to change them. Well, this is pretty easy. What are the factors of 48? Basically, any combination of numbers that multiply together to 48. So it could be 6 times 8 is not going to work because we already have 6 for the base. But what about 8 for the base and 6 for the height? That's going to change both of them. So that's one option. 12 and 4 would work, or rather 4 and 12. There we go. We could do that. So the base could be 4 or 8, and the height in this case could be 12 or 6. Both of those are going to work. Let's take a look and see the first one here. The 8 and the 6 one. So a base of 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, and a height of 6, 2, 4, 6. And how far across am I going? 8, 4, 8. And there we go. So this is the first one over here. Base of 8, height of 6, area equals 8 times 6, which is going to be 48. So this one would work. We could also do a base of 4 and a height of 12. So basically, any factors that give us 48 when multiplied together, it would work as a base and a height. And always remember that we can also just change this angle to create a different parallelogram with the same base and the height. So that red one that I just drew, this red one, still has a height of 6, and it still has a base of 8. So the area is still the same, even though they look different. And let's look at number 6. The area of each parallelogram is given. There's A, for example. Find the unknown measure. So again, we start with our formula. Area equals base times height. In this case, normally they give you the base and the height, and they ask you what the area is. In this case, it's done it the other way around. So we start with 30 equals, our base is 6, and it's our height that we don't know. So now it's pretty easy. 6 times what number gives us 30? So our missing number, h, then has to equal 5, because 6 times 5 equals 30. Let's look at b. So area equals base times height. Our area is 126. I should have written 5 centimeters there. They've given us, in this case, we don't know the base, so it's base times a height, which is 9. So some number times 9 is 126. So I'm going to get out my calculator, because I can't deal with such big numbers. I'm going to say 126 divided by 9, and I'm going to find out that my base, therefore, would be 14 centimeters. And let's go to C. C, I'm going to work over here, unless I can move, whoops, just erase that. So area for C equals base times height. My area they gave us is 35. My base is 5, so 5 times some height equals 35. Well, that's pretty easy. 5 times 7 is 35. So our height has to be 7.